The Sussexes are reportedly getting closer to a possible truce with the royal family. This is after Harry and Meghan's team was seen meeting with one of the King's aides. What's the latest possible reconciliation? Could we see Prince William even being involved?
Yeah, we saw those photos over the weekend, supposedly, of the Sussex team meeting with the King's team. And there was all this speculation this week that, this is a real concrete sign of a possible summit or a meeting. And I think that that could be on the cards. But I think that there's a really important distinction here. I think any kind of reconciliation between Charles and Harry, I don't think that's really a reconciliation with the monarchy. I think it's just a father and son thing. I don't think William would be involved. I think William has well and truly put Harry in the freezer, and he's moved on. He's focusing on plans for his reign, and I don't really see any real movement there. But I could see Harry definitely reconciling with King Charles because at the end of the day, the monarch has cancer. The king is hopefully in good health and will remain in good health for years to come. But of course, that would be a consideration. Anyone who's had a kind of rift with a family member, you want to bury that hatchet in their lifetime. I think it would be a tragedy if Harry was never able to reconcile with the king in his lifetime. But I think it's more a personal thing. I don't think that this would be a sign of them, coming back to royal duties or a bigger reconciliation. I think it would just be father and son sitting down.
Okay. I want to talk to you about a moment that occurred at Wimbledon. Matthew McConachie is being praised after making a kind gesture to Princess Catherine and Prince William over the weekend. Let's just take a look. That went down well.
I mean, what a Southern gentleman. Who doesn't love Matthew McConachie? I think, what a class act. You can see he's sitting there in the royal box. And some of the other sort of celebrities and guests, they don't stand for the Prince and Princess of Wales, but trust our Matthew McConachie. Classy, or keeping it classy and very respectful. And I love that. And he is kind of a funny, interesting kind of celebrity because he's almost like a royal kind of figure. He's so universal. If you think about it, he's not political. Matthew McConaughey's never got into politics, much like the royal family. And I think that that's why he does have this sort of aura about him. But what's not to like?
Yeah, no, it was a brilliant move by Matthew McConachie. As you say, class act indeed. To some other news that's happening around the world, a large fire has destroyed the main stage at the Tomorrowland festival in Belgium just days before the festival was set to kick off. I mean, some of the vision is unbelievable. What's this latest on the fire, and will the festival go ahead?
Right. Well, this is quite a shock. As you said, it's just days out from the festival kicking off on Friday, and the main stage has been destroyed by a fire. Antwerp police have begun a preliminary investigation into the cause of the fire. Reportedly, there is no signs of foul play. I think it was honestly an accident, but certainly, quite a chaos. There's tens of thousands of people kind of descending on the site. People camp. It's a sort of 2 weekends of festivities, and this would be an absolute disaster for the organisers. They've got David Guetta and all of these sort of A-list DJs and dance artists coming in. So I think they're going to rally. From all reports, it's still going to go ahead. But yeah, definitely wouldn't like to be there this weekend.
No, I can't believe this. The vision from that festival. Hopefully everyone is safe, and that is the good news, that if they can still attend. To some entertainment news, Donald Trump Jr. is reportedly getting serious with his new love, Bettina Anderson. There are reports potentially wedding bells could be in the future. What insight can you tell us?
Yeah, it's quite interesting because, of course, DJT was, or should I say DTJ, was in a long-term relationship with Kimberly Guilfoyle, of course, ex-Fox News host. She's now going to be the ambassador to Greece. So they remain friends. She's sort of moved on with her life. She's going to be abroad, and he's met this new person, Bettina. Reportedly, she is from a very prominent family in Palm Beach, which makes sense, of course, Mar-a-Lago being in Palm Beach and being in that kind of scene. She's a philanthropist, a model, a bit of a sort of socialite in Florida, and I think that they're a great partnership. I think she's quite low-key. She seems to be pretty happy to sort of come into his world, and being in that vortex of the Trumps and Mar-a-Lago would be pretty intoxicating. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if he got married again. I think that it all seems quite friendly. We saw her actually attend, I think it was the Republican National Convention last year. before it came out that they were dating. He was there, she was there, and his ex-wife Vanessa was there. So I think it's all quite friendly. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if wedding bells are in the future.
Reilly Sullivan, thank you so much for joining us. Great to speak with you.
Thank you.